Gangsters, welcome to DoriJunkie's car review, and this week I'll be starting off with the Blackjack X22. So I'll just explain to you how I'm going to rate them. First up is going to be customization. 1 point for a body kit, 2 points for a body style, meaning like a ute or a convertible. Then there'll be ease of tuning. How easy it is to tune and how well it drifts pro drift free. And then the performance. I'll be running both the stock motor and the engine swaps to see which is the best and rewarding them both out of 10. For a total of 40 possible. First off, I'm using the Blackjack just to give myself a points basis. It is the most OP car in the game, makes the most points, so it'll give us a rating for the performance side of things for the rest of the vehicles. I will try and get through a lot of the cars in the game before the swaps, but there is a lot and they keep adding more, so I'll try and keep up. I'll try and do at least 1 or 2 a week just to see how we go. But for now, we'll start off with the Blackjack with customization. Now, we say this is the stock body on it. It's only got one body kit available for it, which lets it down. I run this one as the body kit that it has. You cannot paint it or put stickers on it. It is black like that and you cannot change it. It lets it down. It would have scored 2 points if you could paint it and put vinyls on it, but because you can't, it only scores 1 in the customization. There's really not much you can do to this car at all. It's basically in the game to perform drift, and that's what it does. There's really not much you can do compared to some of the cars in the game, so that's why it will score low in customization. It's really, like you can see, there's only 1 or 2 wings, a couple of not even a tail light option, no exhaust option. There's not much you can do for this at all. So customization, it gets a 1 out of 10. So we'll move on to ease of tuning. Now this car, straight up, this is the Pro Drift free settings, fully maxed. It is the most horsepower and torque of all the cars. The Cargo does beat it, but it's a truck. As of all the cars, this is the one that tops the horsepower and torque ratings. It's 3.1 seconds 0 to 60. You can get it down to 2.9, but you do lose a lot of the ability to drift. These are the Pro Drift free settings, how you would get it in the game if you bought it. Straight out. I haven't changed anything at all. This is exactly how you get it. I'm going to demonstrate here in a second. It's not the best car out of the box to drift. It is quite hard. Yeah, I'll show you. It's very gripped up in the front, but not so much in the back. So you get it to a certain angle and it just wants to keep going round on itself. As you can see, a bit of a handbrake there into the wall to try not to spin around. Again, it just, yeah, once it gets to a certain angle, this is the Pro Drift free setting. So you pretty much have to change almost every setting on this to get it to perform well. But once you do get it to performing well, it really is, you will see a lot of guys use it, really is a points earner. Just see, here we go. See, it's very low grip in the rear at the moment. So you do have to tune the grip into the rear and balance it out a bit more to make it really handle well. So, but once you do get it, it is quite rewarding. But like I said, it is easy to win anything in this. Once you can drive it and once it's tuned well, there's not much that won't beat you. But ease of tuning gets 4 out of 10. It's not the easiest car, it's not the hardest, but I would have scored it a 3, but because it does, once you do get it, it is really rewarding. I will give it a 4. So here's what I'm going to do. So Springstone, 19,000 will get you 10 points, 18,000 9 points, and blah blah, etc, etc. So we'll run all the cars here. I do took a pretty much consistent 19Ks with this car, so that's why I made it 19, 10 points. So anything that wants to score 10 points has to score 19,000. But like I said, this is the stock motor, Dori Ultimate tune, sorry. As you can see, much more controllable, stable. The grip, the front to rear, is very balanced. You can hold it quite sideways and it won't want to turn around on itself. You can throw it in the corners. The only thing that really lets this down is the weight. It's 1,309 kilograms, which is a bit heavy. So we said there. So that was 20,000. That was a very good run. So it gets 11 out of 10 because as for the engine swaps, you really don't want the engine swaps in many of the Tier 5 cars, if any. They really do perform well with their standard motors, but the 7-litre swap, it's about the same. But the only benefit the swaps have over the standard motor in this car is they do drop the weight and make the car a lot easier to throw around. You can throw it into a drift and get the angle and be confident that you're going to hold the drift. Unlike when it was 1,300 kilos, you did have a bit of confidence there, but it's just with the extra, this is 1,250 kilos, it just makes that little bit extra difference. You can feel it, but it won't make the points because you've got nowhere near the horsepower or the torque of the standard motor. So the 7-litre really not going to compete with the standard. But then again, no motor was going to be better than the one they gave you standard in this car. That's why I recommend you just stick with the standard motor, get your tune right, and that'll make more points than the 7-litre swap. The 3-litre swap, you'll see here, the 3-litre swap goes well. Again, 3.1 seconds. Again, 1,250 kilos. That's the only thing they have going for them, is they're lighter than the standard motor. But apart from that, the standard motor just walks it all over them for the rest of it. So it's probably one of the cars that if you do get this swap for it, don't spend the gold and the money putting it in the car or whatever, because the standard engine is better. Like, save your gold and money for other cars and other swaps, because the swaps in this car, well, they do make it easier to drive, but you will score less points. With the 1,400 newton meters of torque the standard motor has, is just going to hold a higher angle for longer, and you just have a lot of torque there to pull you out of trouble. Let's see, so 18,700, it's not 20,000 like the standard motor. Even the 6.2 litre V8 swap, it's got the over 1,000 newton meters of torque, but it still lacks on what the standard motor has, and the horsepower as well is well down. So although it is the better of the swaps, you still want to stick with the standard motor. So we'll just let the run go, and then we'll tally up the points. Like I said, I'm going to try and do this at least once or twice a week, depending on how busy I am. I'll try and make it on a daily thing, the same day every week, but we'll see how we go with that. Like I said, we'll tally up this customization. I just thought I'd start with the Blackjack just to give us a basis for the points, because there's no car going to score more points than this. Although some of the swaps do get up there. Like I said, so the best engine result was with the 6.2. He got a 9 out of 10. So we tally it all up. Customization was 1, ease of tuning 4, the stock motor did 11 out of 10, 20,000 points. And then the best engine swap was the 6.2 litre V8, 9 out of 10. So a total of 25 out of 40. Some of you are probably going to hate me for that, but just remember, I was rating on customization and ease of tuning. It kills it in the performance aspect of the game. That's just what this car's about. But anyway, well guys, that's been my first DoriJunkie's car review. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you catch the next one. And I'm DoriJunkie, and I'll catch you on the track.